Hello everyone. Today I will talk about test plan documentation. This is a manual test plan. You can also make a automation test plan. So I have taken example of shopping at Amazon. So you can see that this is the first page. First you can write the test plan documentation and the project. You are making a test plan of which project or which feature of your application, and the prepared by who will prepare this one, and the version control. In this version control you can write like who will perform, who will write that test plan. Here you can write that steps, version, date, updated by, roles and details. In the details you can write that who will update that test plan documentation and what details, what changes they have done. So you can write here like that way the version 1.0, 1.1 and all. So now next move to the table of content. This is very important. In this content, every details or what we covered in the detail, we will write it here in. And here you can see that in the introduction part we can write the introduction of your application and the objective. In the objective and task you can, what is the objective of your test plan and the what task we will need to complete, and the which feature is in like scope and all. We will talk about later in detail. So you can see that there is role and responsibilities, where we will see that who will perform testing and all, test strategy, and which hardware and software will required, and the environment requirement, like there is int environment, dev environment, prod in and all. So you can see that I will talk about later in detail. First you can see that the table of content, all the risk, dependency, assumption, approvals and appendix. So let's move with the first one, the introduction. Okay, see here in introduction you can write that introduction of your project, introduction of your feature of any application where you are writing that test plan for that. So you can write the detailed introduction, like because I have took the Amazon shopping at Amazon, so I gave that example, that details of introduction of that Amazon website. So here you can write that, and the process of shopping in like that's when you shop any product in in Amazon, so you can write it like what is the steps for. So go to the URL and the search product, add address and payment details, and complete payment to receive order confirmation. Like that way you can write your introduction. And the next is objectives and tasks. In objective you can write the test plan documents will cover details of entire flow which requires stopping. So in objective, what is the objective behind that your application? It means like you want to ensure that test plans cover the functional and non-functional requirements. We will check that application and the test meet the quality specification which is defined by the client, and we will fix that, like our application will be bug free and all. So keep all the objective what we will keep all objective in the mind, and we can write it here. And in the test plan. And the task, what is the task we need to perform? Like we need to Jira, we can create the Jira card corresponding to each user story and its acceptance criteria. And the during of a sprint planning, Jira card need to be story pointed to be understand the coverage per sprint. So what is the task which we will cover, like we will do during the testing? So these are the tasks we will cover. And we use the Jira for writing the test condition and test cases. And now we will see that scope. In a scope, we will define the in a scope, like function requirement and the non-functional requirement. We will need to test that application. In a scope, we will cover those part which we need to testing, and the in out of a scope which is not important for the particular feature. So in a scope, we will cover the functional requirement. In functional requirement, we will check that browsing to the like URL and the search for required product and all. And in non-functional, we will see that it is working proper, it's taking time, how much taking time, and what is the like what we can say, we will see that number how much number of steps required for that particular like online shopping and all payment and we on and all. So now in the out of scope, we will it means we will not cover all those points which is not required for particular feature of that application. So you can imagine, like if there is something in your application which is not required, which is not important for that particular task, maybe that will cover in another, it will cover in another test plan. So in this, all those requirements which are not related to particular user journey of shopping would be out of scope. It doesn't mean that these other features are not important. It just implies that these would be taken care in another user journey. So in out of scope, we will cover this one. Now let's move. Okay, so for now I think that's it. Thank you. I will cover all role and responsibilities in another videos of series of video. So thank you. Bye bye.